Only one finger up on the top of my L in honor of Pat Kelsey's dislocated finger. You know what, Dion? We a little peek behind the scenes here. We're running a little bit behind on our recordings because we had to do the game recaps, but I made sure that this one was on the list because Dion, you have been doing nothing but throwing L's down all summer. And I mean every chance you get. We were on Michigan State workout videos, and you were throwing, no, 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 brother, flip that L up. Flip that L up. They deserve, thank you. They deserve an L up scenario in this one. Really big win, obviously, in this rivalry for them. And after the game, you get a little bit behind the scenes of Pat Kelsey, Louisville in the locker room, Donovan Mitchell's in the locker room. They're feeling good. They're doing their little chant, whatnot. And Pat Kelsey has a little splint on his finger because this man dislocated his finger celebrating this win. I need thoughts on it. I also need your Louisville thoughts for what it's worth.
Louisville is who I thought they were.
No, they
I
no.
don't feel like I
Let
was.
me stop you there. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Dion, I ain't gonna let you slide. I'm sliding for Donovan Mitchell right now, just
I
like I
think
slide for King Vaughn. You did
first
not
off,
think they would be this.
sliding for someone that nicknamed himself Spider is crazy. Like,
Touche, touche.
that's crazy. The man is from Salt Lake, or not from, but he hooped in Utah for years, calling himself Spider.
That's fair. That's fair.
Crazy.
Fair.
Also, well, not Donovan Mitchell video, but I haven't gotten over the Rookie of the Year hoodie that he wore that one time, like a decade ago, and it still bothers me. But not a Donovan Mitchell video, but yeah, no, I think but like I was high on Louisville too. I just may have been a little too high on Kentucky.
Okay,
The,
that's
you
fair.
know what I mean? Like I think I had Kentucky in the Final Four. I think even in our I keep the sleepers top 25 pulled up.
Mhm.
Because I was telling G this yesterday. It's the most adversity I think I've ever faced doing something in my life.
Fair.
Being squished in between him and Hammer
Yep.
was terrifying. But had Kentucky in my top five. Like I don't think I misread Louisville. I am here to say I might have misread Kentucky a little bit. But I think it means something to Pat Kelsey, and it should. He hasn't, I don't want to say he hasn't had the most success recruiting wise this like period, but he missed out on Ted Kinney. You know what I'm saying? It's seemingly like he's gonna miss out on a few others. He fought Mark Pope in a living room. We still don't know who won that fight, but I know who won this fight, and the Yum was absolutely rocking. I was watching on a stream 2 minutes behind. But the Yum was rocking. The Yum was rocking. And I think he's uh, officially, right? Louisville's back. There's no questions about it, right? Like Pat Kelsey has cemented himself. He's one of the best coaches in the country. This is the dude. And if you're Duke, if you're North Carolina, my Virginia Tech Hokies. Shout out, well, whatever his name is from Greece. Hooper.
Neo,
Nia, special.
special, very special.
Special, dog. Special. Like, but all of them need to be worried about Louisville. I'm not sure anybody's got anything for Louisville at the moment.
Yeah, and look, I think like too. I think it's like kind of jokingly when I say this because like when you take a step back, you're like, all right, Pat Kelsey's over here injuring himself, celebrating a November win over his rival. But I also like thinking too deeply into this, which might backfire on me. Like this is what it should mean for Pat Kelsey and Louisville to win this type of rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is what makes rivalries great. Like it feels like a little bit life or death if you win this game. It should feel like you are winning a massive game. It should feel like you're winning a tournament level game when you get to beat your rival because this is all an accumulation of what you and I talked about probably at length this summer, Dion. It was like, oh, Mark Pope's doing this. What's Pat Kelsey doing? Oh, Pat Kelsey's doing this. What's Mark Pope doing? Oh, these two are meeting at Tate Kenny's house. Now they're fighting. Like it has been a summer of all that, and then it finally gets to this point where they meet up, and from Pat Kelsey's standpoint, everyone's like, I mean, he doesn't win big games. Like that's not what he does. Mark Pope, big game guy. That's his MO. And you saw Pat Kelsey's energy in this one. Now, I think you and I can agree though. We would like our coach not to injure himself. We don't need that.
I kind of like that. So like
See, I don't like this because I think Pat Kelsey's too small to be doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Like one finger injury to him's taking him out.
as someone that's small, we get injured all the time.
Oh, this is
Like
normal.
that's kind of what we do, you know. You bump into something the wrong way, you're out like a week. So like I'm not even sure Pat Kelsey knows he got hurt. If I'm being completely honest, but what I would say, so on the levels of injuries, I always think it's hilarious when a coach gets hurt and everybody's like, how does it affect the team? Well, if he can walk to the bench, I don't think it affects the team at all.
Well, there
Like
was
if
that. I mean, there was that situation. Didn't that menace? Didn't Chris Finch like damn near break his leg?
I think he tore his ACL.
That's tough.
I think he was like sitting. I guess it isn't funny, but it is kind of funny. He was sitting in like a wheelchair behind the bench, like drawing plays up.
You think Pat Kelsey's gonna rock the splint on his finger all year now?
I would bandage it up. So I would come out with like a club. Like how the football players do, like the linebackers.
Club is
I would
crazy.
rock one of those.
Club
And
is
oh, you want to do a handshake line? I'm smacking you with my club.
cl
But I feel like honestly, I feel like the players are gonna buy into it. This is why players love Pat Kelsey, right? It's why they love playing for Pat Kelsey. If Mark Pope wasn't 6'10", I think he would injure himself celebrating a lot more too.
Yeah, this is just like this is passion, right? This is passion. This is putting it all on the line for Louisville, putting it all on the line. All this did do was hurt his finger celebrating the win. But like at the same time, I to your point, I think you brought up a great point. The players loved this shit. They loved it. Like they're in the locker room loving it. Pat Kelsey's hurting himself in the celebration. They get a big win. Michael and Conwell are hooping. This is what it's really all about for this team. And I think that, Pat Kelsey, even despite what he says, because he says he's like, I'm not online, I'm not like this and that. We can argue if that's true or not. He is passionate about the game of basketball. My first experience with Pat Kelsey was in Charleston days. This dude was like hanging on the rim and like just grabbing and just this little 5'10" stuff, just hanging on the rim for no reason. Guys lose shoes at practice. He's diving on the floor, just throw shoes around the gym. Like
He can
he is
dunk.
a energetic, psychotic guy.
He can dunk.
I think he grabbed onto the net, the bottom, and like lifted himself up and then like grabbed onto it.
That's my
I don't
favorite thing
think
to
Pat
do.
Kelsey can. Pat Kelsey could hoop though.
My favorite thing to do in life is grab the bottom of the net and climb up to the rim as if you're like rock climbing. It's my favorite thing to do.
Can't say I've ever done that in my life. Get bouncy. But no, I think it's a cool thing for him to like just have the celebration. It's a fun thing. I think everyone gets it's a cool little story at the game. Pat Kelsey dislocates his finger. I do gotta ask you this, Dion. I know you see through bullshit. Did he really dislocate his finger?
It's
We
not
don't. We
hard
don't.
to
We.
dislocate.
I feel like if he dislocated his finger, we would have got a picture of him throwing the L's up with like a finger going the wrong way or something like that, and it would have just been like W.
Well, it's not hard to dislocate a finger, and then you kind of just pop it back in place, right? And then you move on. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like. Well, I don't know. The thing is, the last time I dislocated my finger, you would have thought I lost a leg. It hurt. It hurts when you get your dislocated finger popped back in. I ain't no Brian Cushing or JJ Watt or some shit like that. I was like, ah, I was screaming, damn near crying, getting my dislocated finger popped back in.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest, Car. I think what I learned from the Final Four, what makes me, you, and G so special is we're soft. So the adversity that we bring up, that we face, probably really isn't adversity.
That's fair. Yeah, it's
It's
adversity
just
in our
like,
own eyes.
yeah, like our adversity was like, do we actually go to the national championship or do we play Golden Tee?
That's crazy that we actually had that. True. Like that was really a thing. Our adverse it's all drummed up. It's all
It's,
drummed up. Like, do we want to go to the national championship game or do we wait 5 minutes because the pickleballers will be off the court and we can play? And we really thought about it. And y'all wanted that.
well, G was gonna win the tournament.
Just insane stuff. But no, a big win for Pat Kelsey, a big win for Louisville. Dion, I guess I'll end with this though. You're BBN. Like
Yeah.
where do we go from here? What do we see in that game?
I think we hit the transfer portal again.
Well, it's
Um,
one you can't. It's over.
I think G Leaguers might end up being able to play this year.
So
I'm gonna be
we
honest.
gotta figure it out.
I think there's a few G Leaguers that we see like in college uniforms in January. So I think we reach out to Bronny. I think we reach out to Drew Timmy. Got to have some eligibility. We see, no, honestly, truth be told, I thought Louisville was great. I thought Kentucky hung around. I know it's not the recap, but like I thought Kentucky hung around. I thought they shot the ball well. Ortega gets healthy, Jalon gets healthy, JQ gets healthy. This team's fine. This team's fine.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, L's up one,
And
BBN. Zero. Long season to go. My cards look great. My coach doesn't have a finger. It's a great time to be a Louisville Cardinal. Shout out to the Yum Center. We out.